Hello and welcome to Geek Ranch. I'm Josh and I've got an unboxing for you today. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the Nintendo 3DS. I'm sure a lot of you, if you're watching a video game channel, are relatively familiar with it. My personal history with the 3DS is that I had one of the original Mystic Black 3DSs when they first came out. When they announced the 3DS XL, I thought, hey, it would probably be a nice thing to have a 3DS XL that was a little bigger with a better screen, and the reviews on the screen said it was easier to see the 3D effect. So I sold my old Mystic 3DS and Mystic Black 3DS and went and bought a red 3DS XL. Well, the truth is, I didn't like the 3DS XL very much. It was a little too cumbersome, and I don't usually mind big portables, but I already had a Vita, I had an NVIDIA Shield, and the 3DS XL was just a little much for me. Nintendo announced the quote-unquote new 3DS with a faster processor that was capable of playing a couple of games the regular 3DS wasn't capable of. And when they announced it, they introduced it as a Japan-only thing, and it had a small and a large version. So it had a regular and an XL version. I sold my 3DS XL thinking I would buy one of the small ones again because I wanted to downsize. However, it didn't work out. They didn't release the small version here in the US for whatever reason. And I was stuck without a 3DS. And because I didn't really like the XL that much, I never really replaced it. Well, that has recently changed. The Nintendo, most of you may know that there's a $99 Black Friday 3DS deal, which is a smaller new 3DS that you can get on Black Friday. But given Nintendo's problems with supply for the new NES Classic, I decided that I didn't want to fight lines to get a smaller 3DS that was a new 3DS with the additional C stick and stuff. So what I did was I hunted Target. All over southern Arizona. I went to Chandler Target. I went to a couple of other Targets up in that area. I started searching their website and calling Targets in Tucson, and finally, my hometown, Sierra Vista, that Target had one. So I went ahead and went and purchased a new Nintendo 3DS that is a smaller version. It comes packed in with Super Mario 3D Land. So this is it. This is the smaller 3DS. It is also the new, so it's got the C stick. It's got all of the good stuff on it, and I thought I would unbox it in front of the camera. I noticed that this isn't a popular unboxing video on YouTube, and thought, hey, what the heck, I'll give it a shot. Never really done an unboxing, and this is the smaller 3DS, so let's get to work. Okay, so this is the new smaller 3DS, and this is a charger. Now, if you're a parent and your kid wants a 3DS this Christmas, or a 2DS, whether it's XL, whether it's this version, whether it's the 2DS, Nintendo no longer includes an AC adapter with it, so you must buy a charger. It's not that big a deal. This is about $9. I could have probably gotten it cheaper if I wanted to wait for GameStop to open and get it used, but I decided that paying the $9, $8.99 for this at retail was worth the hassle of having to go to someplace else. Now, the thing about this particular 3DS is that, like I said, it is a special edition. It is the only small 3DS that is new with the C-Stick, and we'll show you the C-Stick here later. But it's the only small 3DS available in the United States currently. Like I said, there will be the $99 3DS coming out on Black Friday, but that's a one-time deal, and I am sure that the supplies will be limited. Now, the other thing that's special about this one is it comes with two different faceplates for the back of it, both of which I think are kind of garish and unnecessary. But there's this Mario one where it cuts off his mouth and looks weird, and then there's this one, I don't know how well you can see it, but it's got some kind of old school characters and stuff on it, and we'll get that out here in a few minutes. But this is the box it comes in. It comes pre-installed with Super Mario 3D Land, which I don't think I've played yet. But all right, well, let's get to unboxing. As you can see, I haven't prepped it all. Oh, wow, it doesn't have any plastic on it. Okay. Well, I thought it would have a plastic sticker on it, so let's get this thing popped open here. See what we got. right, so you can see here we've got our quick start setup menu, our AR cards. AR cards are kind of cool because it will let you point the camera at it and different things will appear. I've got a picture and I'll put it up with the video, which shows my cat, and it's got Zelda kind of facing off against a cat of mine. But those are the AR cards. And then, of course, it's got your manual and quick start guide, like you don't know how to turn on a portable system at this point in your life. Sorry that the focus keeps going in and out. All right, the first thing we have is that kind of retro-inspired backplate that we talked about that we could kind of see before. So you've got Zelda and Star Fox, an 8-bit Star Fox on there. Let's see, you've got Link and Donkey Kong, Dinky King. You've got a Yoshi egg. Is that Sonic? That's sort of strange. You've got Mario dying, which is a little morbid. And then you've got Fire Mario over here and all of that good stuff. So that's one of the faceplates it comes with. And then wrapped up in this cardboard, let's see if we can figure out how to do this without damaging the cardboard too bad. So got that. Yeah, I'm just going to have to rip it up because I don't see where it's connecting. All right, here's the second faceplate. And the third one, it looks like, is already on the system. So here's the system. It comes in this little sleeve. Keep it all nice and safe. There's the system. That looks like that's the back part of the system, the bottom part, if you will. Here's the faceplate that goes on it. I'll put it on here for the video, but I'm going to use the retro. I think both of these faceplates are garish, but I'm just going to go ahead and use the retro one. So it looks like it slides in like that. And then just kind of clips down. Maybe. So there, now when you open it, you got your Mario on the back of there. It's really smooth and sticky. It's probably going to scratch easy. So that will just probably go in those little protective things. This is the smaller 3DS itself. I know that it's hard to tell scale on how much smaller it is, but trust me when I say this thing is much more manageable. I can actually put this thing in my pocket. The other thing that I liked, and this was in the Japanese announced smaller new 3DS, is the candy colored buttons. They're kind of retro. They're kind of a throwback to the Super Nintendo, or the Super Famicom, I'm sorry. And then you've got this C-stick, which is kind of like the nub on a laptop that you can use to control a mouse. But it's kind of sort of their second analog stick. Oh, I got something I can show you. In terms of scale, if you're concerned about scale, this is my PlayStation Vita. So you can see that they are roughly the same size. The 3DS XL is probably just that much larger, and it's heavier and just more cumbersome in my opinion. But yeah, these are the systems. This one comes pre-installed with Mario Land 3D. I plan on getting a couple of other games for it, and maybe I'll talk about those and review them. Maybe I'll come back with a review on this smaller handheld system, but I'm really excited to play Xenoverse and stuff like that, which is 3DS XL only. But anyway, thank you for joining and watching our show, and we will get at you the next time.